Hello everyone, I am Parthish Parekh. I am physics teacher in LP Savani Group of School. Today our discussion topic is charge distribution. Okay, that is in chapter number 1, electric charge and electric field. Okay, so in charge distribution there are two types of charge distribution here given. First of all, discontinuous charge distribution and second is continuous charge distribution. So in this continuous charge distribution there are three types of charge distribution. First one is linear charge distribution, second one is surface charge distribution, and third one is volume charge distribution. And in this continuous charge distribution we have given one figure. See here one region is given. So in this region the charge are distributed in discontinuous form. Okay, see this discontinuous form. Okay, so this type of distribution is called discontinuous charge distribution. Now we see one by one how the charge are distributed in linear, surface and volume. Okay, now here we have to find out the electric force or electric field produced at any point from the given region, whether it is discontinuous or continuous. So at any point, arbitrary point, electric force and electric field produced from discontinuous charge distribution and continuous charge distribution. So students, here I have drawn different types of figure, then you can understand in better way how the charge are distributed in linear form, in surface form, in volume form. Okay, so in linearly form the charge are distributed on the wire in this way and on the ring in this way. So we introduce another quantity that is called linear charge density. So linear charge density is nothing but it is the charge per unit length. Okay, charge per unit length. And in surface charge distribution we have taken one metal sphere and how the charge are distributed in this metal sphere, see this, and another we take metal sheet, then the charge are distribution in this way. So we can introduce another quantity or another physical quantity that is called surface charge density, how the charge are distributed that matters. So sigma is equal to Q by A, charge distributed per unit area. Okay, and the third one is volume charge distribution. In this distribution I take one non-conducting sphere, so the charge are uniformly distributed in this volume sphere, and then we introduce another physical quantity that is called volume charge density. So rho is equal to Q by V. Q by V is nothing but it is charge per unit volume. Okay, so write down all this. Here the SI unit of linear charge density is coulomb per meter, and the SI unit of surface charge density is coulomb per meter square, and the SI unit of volume charge density is coulomb per meter cube. Please write down these all units. Now we talk about continuous charge distribution. So in this continuous charge distribution, suppose we take one region, arbitrary region anyway. Okay, so they have continuous charges which are positive. Near this region we have one another charge is Q naught. This is nothing but it is stage charge. Now we want to calculate the net force exerts on Q naught due to this continuous charge region. Okay, suppose we take small charges or small volume of this region. Okay, and the line joining between the stage charge and this small charge region. Okay, suppose it is R. Now the force exerts on Q naught due to this small region or these small charges are finding using Coulomb's law. Okay, so from the Coulomb's law, F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q dq into q0 or q0 divided by distance between these two charges r square and r cap. R cap is nothing but it is unit vector which gives the direction from dq to q0 or towards q0. Okay, r cap is unit vector. Define the direction of the force. Okay, so it is vector divided by its magnitude. Okay, we want to find out net force exerts on q naught due to all these charges. So from the superposition principle we can integrate this force. Okay, so we can get 1/4 pi epsilon naught into q naught dq upon r square to r cap. Okay, now we talk about line charge distribution. Okay, so in line charge distribution, suppose here it is given one line, the charge are distributed in linearly in this line. So we want to find out electric field or electric force in this point. So we take one charge q naught. Okay, now we take a small region which is very small, means very small. So we take here point. So due to this region we want to find out the total, we want to find out electric force on charge q naught. Okay, so we can join these two, which is defined r vector. Okay, now we know that what is linear charge density. Okay, so linear charge density is lambda is equal to q upon L, means charge per unit length. Okay, so from the law of Coulomb's we can write the force exerts q naught due to the small charge dq. Okay, so here we can write lambda is equal to small charge dq and the length is L. So small charge dq is nothing but it is lambda into, here we can take small length, so we can write dl. Okay, so now here we can find the force acting on q naught due to the small region. In this small region the charge is dq. Okay, so from the dq the force acting on q naught is given by the Coulomb's law. It is nothing but it is dF is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, then q naught and dq by r square. Okay, so we can again write 4 pi epsilon naught into q naught. Now we replace dq into replace dq from lambda into dl. Okay, then we get this answer, and here we forget the write to r cap. R cap is give the unit vector. Okay, now here we want to find out the total force exert due to this all charge distribution laying on this line. Okay, so over position principle we integrate this small force, okay, then we get total force acting on this q naught charge due to the all charge laying on this line. So we integrate this equation, so we get 4 pi epsilon naught is constant, q naught is also constant, and the charge distribution is linear charge distribution is lambda into dl and r square into r cap. Okay, that is our final equations. Okay, now students, we talk about surface charge distribution. So in this surface charge distribution, we can draw one surface which is two-dimensional. Okay, see this. Now in this surface charge distribution, there are number of charge are distributed in this way, which is continuous. Okay, now we want to find out electric force far from this region or at some region. So we take one charge, that is q naught. This is our test charge. Now we want to find out we want to find out the total force exerts on charge q naught due to this continuous charge distribution. Okay, so first of all we take small unit area. This total area is capital A. Okay, now we take small unit area, which is nothing but it is dA, and the volume, and the charge distributed in this small area is suppose dq, which is very small. Okay, so the charge, so due to this charge the force exerts on q naught is given by, suppose we take one line from this unit area. Okay, here we use surface charge density concept. Okay, so surface charge density is nothing but it is charge per unit area. So here charge is given small dq and the area is small dA. Okay, so dq is nothing but it is sigma into dA. Okay, now from the Coulomb's law we can write down the force exerts on q naught due to the charge small dq is 1/4 pi epsilon naught into q naught dq upon r square into r cap. Okay, so again we can write Tf is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught q naught. Now replace dq to sigma into dA. Okay, sigma into dA to 1 r square and here r cap. So here we can find out from all charge distribution the force exerts on q naught. Okay, so we using here superposition principle and integrate this force, so we get total force exerts on q naught. So now integrate this equation. So here 1/4 pi epsilon naught and q naught is constant and sigma into dA, it is surface charge density on r square into r cap. So that is our final equations. Okay, so total force exerts on the q naught is given by this equation. Now we want to find out electric field, how much electric field is produced due to this charge distribution or surface charge distribution. Okay, so we already know that what is the equation of electric field. So that is nothing but it is E is equal to F by Q naught. Okay, so here F is given, so we can write down Q naught 4 pi epsilon naught sigma into dA divided by r square into r cap. upon Q naught. So Q naught is cancelled out. So finally we can get the equation 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught sigma into dA divided by r square into r cap. So electric field produced on Q naught is given by this equation. Okay, now write down all these stuffs. Here we talk about volume charge distribution. Okay, so in volume charge distribution we have take one volume, or one cube. Okay, so in this cube the charge are distributed linearly in this form. Okay, so the volume is total volume is V. Now we introduce here is volume charge density. So rho is equal to Q upon V, means charge per unit volume. Okay, so here we take small region in this volume, which is very small volume. So we take here dV, and the charge distributed on this volume is small dq. Okay, now we want to find out electric field or electric force on this point. Okay, so we take point charge Q naught. Okay, now we line joining between these two charges, which is gives the direction of the electric field or exerts electric force on Q naught. Okay, so here again we apply Coulomb's law. Okay, so here TF is nothing but it is electric force or Coulomb force acting on Q naught charge due to the small charge dq. Okay, so we can write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q naught multiply by dq upon r square into r cap. Okay, now we integrate this equation, so we get whole volume charge distribution, the total force acting on Q naught charge due to all charge laying on the volume. Okay, so we integrate this equation, so we can get final force acting on the Q naught charge. So here we can write 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught is constant, integrate dq, replace from dq is here, so rho is equal to dq by dv. So we can get here dq is equal to rho into dv. So replace dq into rho into dv. So here we can write dq rho into dv upon r square into r cap. So this is our final force acting on charge Q naught. Okay, due to the all this charge distribution laying on this volume particular. Okay, now we want to find out electric field, how much electric field generate on Q naught charges. So we is equal to nothing but it is F by Q naught. So F is from this equation, so Q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught integration of rho into dV divided by r square into r cap upon Q naught. So Q naught is cancelled. So finally we get the equation 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught integration of rho into dV upon r square into r cap. Okay, this is our final electric field on Q naught charge due to this volume. Okay, thank you.